going.
Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? Kevin here, coming back at you with another video. Look how nasty this fender is. Can you see this fender, how nasty that is? That's all plastic. Well, today I'm going to show you how to clean that up. I'm using a propane torch, and I'm just going to lightly give it some heat. Now you can do the same thing with a heat gun if you want, but I find the propane torch a little quicker on the uptake, and it brings it back to a nice shine. So we're going to do a section here. Like this?
Yeah.
Can you see it in there though?
Much better.
And I'm just going over with some gentle heat, not staying in the same place. Just kind of moving the heat around, because if you go in the same spot, you're going to melt the plastic. Basically what it's going to do right there, it's going to keep going like that, so it all fades in. Get a whole open spot. Now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do the whole fender, I'm just going to do this one section over here. Bring it all back. That's all lightened up, there we go. Okay. We'll do down here too for the heck of it. Now I'm going to shut the torch off. I'm going to hit pause. Alright, now I'm going to use 800 grit sandpaper on this. It's wet, dry sandpaper. Now I'm going to hit with the 2000 grit sandpaper. Buddy? Now this right here, I did this really quickly. Okay, you can see how this fender is still not 100%, but it looks a whole lot better than that. Is that pretty cool how that worked? And then if you have to, you can go over it again. This thing has some black cruddy stuff into the plastic. You can, if you can see it into it, right into the plastic. It's all that black blemish. That's not from the torch. That was in there before the torch. So, we can try going over again with the torch. See if it helps. Take the torch lights.
Give me a 603 call.
What's that?
603 call. Decline?
Yeah.
Good.
There we go. That really brings it right back though, huh? Like I said, you're going to have to go over it a couple of times. However, this is going to work out just fine. And I'm not holding the torch too close. You want to go about a few inches, you know, depending upon your flame that you got going on. Just kind of work it, you know what I mean? Kind of want to hit the white spots a little bit more than the rest. As you can see, it's coming out beautiful. But this is not going to remove any of the blemishes that are into the plastic. So if you have a piece of, I'll show you, a real deep gouge like that right there, you're not going to be able to get that out. Let me see if I can clean this up a little bit more again.
You're getting out of zoom, kid.
What's that?
Get down.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'm just using 3M wet dry sandpaper. Can you see that, Dom?
Yep.
2000.
Oh, you stuck your finger right in there too.
I'm sorry. But that right there is pretty acceptable. And you can see the difference between the two. So that's how you restore plastic. And, I mean, if the piece ain't too beat up, where this one right here is stained into the plastic, then you'd be able to, it'll come right out of it. But that right there was the before. Useless. You wouldn't put that on your bike. 2, yeah, I can work with that. So, and you put the gloss back onto it. I mean, you can use things to brighten it up, you know, like a plastic cleaner. But you can see all the grease that's in this. I wish I had one that wasn't greased out. But that's pretty much it right there on that one. I just wanted to give you guys a little show and show how to get the plastic to come back. You can see it's night and day. And I just used a propane torch. Nothing fancy. And I used to do some detail. Now I just went over it quickly. I did, you know, the longer you put into it, the better off you are. 2000 was the finished sandpaper, and 800 was a little bit more. I mean, obviously you don't want to put scratches and gouges into it. So these two right here aren't going to scratch and gouge your plastic. So, but that's right there is what I did to bring the plastic back. You see how nice it looks. Unfortunately, this plastic is stained. This is a junk fender. I'm just using it for this video to show you guys. So that's how you bring back plastic. You can use a heat gun, but the problem with a heat gun is it takes a real long time to do it, and the torch is a little faster. But here's the factory. Here's the factory red right here. This is factory untouched. Okay, that's the cleaned up version of it. See, pretty darn nice. So look at that. Look at that in contrast. You know, it's pretty darn close. You know, brought it right back, and like I said, this fender right here is most likely way more damaged than yours because it's got this black stuff right here that's on here. That's all been on this stuff. So this plastic is stained. So. And I would recommend doing this off the bike only because there's gasoline in your bike. So take these fenders and plastics off. Be safe. Don't be a hero. Don't do it on your bike. And you can see the underpart of this fender is really, really nice. There's no cracks, no cracks on this thing. It could be cleaned up easily and usable again, you know. So that's what it looked like factory right there, factory red. See? It's perfect. I mean, other than the fact that it's got all these gouges in it and the black stain, this fender right here is ready to go back on the bike. So, do a little bit more and I'll show you. Once again, I use the torch if the torch lights. Yep, so if the torch lights, I can do it. Doesn't look like it's... Bye! Torch doesn't look like it's going to light for me here. Yeah, no, my torch ain't going to light. But if it did, I would do it. But I'm out of propane, so... Had enough just to do this video for you guys. So anyway, plastic restore on the, what do you call it, the fender on the KE100. And it's easy enough to do. It doesn't leave any marks on it from the propane torch. I mean, if you did it, really leave it on there, you'll burn holes in it. You want to hold it back enough so you can just use the heat from the flame. You don't want the flame on it, you want the heat from the flame. So keep that in mind when you're doing these. But I'm very happy with the way that came out. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. If you guys have any questions or any comments, by all means, please send them my way. Thank you very much. Have a good night.